Okay, family, we're back. Hunting the signs in Stellarium. What we're looking at today is the path of 319 Leona. We're here on 317 at the midnight hour as we transition from the 16th to the 17th, which is the evening of the equinox. And if you watched my video on the first sign of the wedding in the Mazzaroth, then you'll know that we found all of these signs with the Sun and Mercury and Metis and Neptune, and also Jupiter and Vesta in the house of Pisces. Pisces is a representation of the churches, and we have Jupiter, which is the king. We have Vesta, which is the virgins. And in my last video, I did not have Leona there. I had to go back and track the path of Leona backwards from the occultation of Betelgeuse to see the path. Whenever we have an alignment like that, I always go back and I track the path to see if there's more to the story. And I was blown away to find out that on 317, Leona is right here with Jupiter and Vesta. So, as I've said in my older videos, Jupiter is the king, Vesta's the virgins, and I found some very interesting information about Leona. The first thing is Leona can equate to Rachel, and asteroid Leona can equate to message from God, the Queen of Heaven. Jesus is here. It's happening. Our Savior. Have strong messaging here in the Mazzaroth with the alignment of these asteroids in the constellation of Pisces. Again, this is a very strong message to the churches. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to track this path of Leona, and we're going to show you how this ends up at the occultation of Betelgeuse. First thing we're going to do is we're going to center in on Leona, and we're going to finish this path, and we can watch how we're just going to go back and we'll see here 420, very, very, very strong sign. This is a very, very, very strong sign to the fishes. Let's keep going. We watch Leona and Vesta transit together. Remember how I was saying that Metis is also doing this with Vesta. So now we have 3 asteroids that are all tracking very similar. We'll see here that Leona breaks off from Vesta and heads towards Orion. And one of the things that blew my mind is we can see here that Leona and Vesta make their turn almost at the exact same time and come back into these houses. So we're going to see, there we go, we can see Vesta and Leona turning back to come straight into the Orion constellation, and we're going to watch as Betelgeuse becomes occulted on the 12th. I have it on my perspective as the 13th because we're here on the west coast. So we can see here that Betelgeuse and Leona from the west coast perspective happens in the beginning of the 13th. And if we scroll back out, we can see how Leona is occulting Betelgeuse. And we also have Vesta and Metis. Here's Metis. And here's Vesta. And we're looking at the transit into Betelgeuse. We're going to back up here, and we can see how Vesta and Leona are in the constellation of Orion, and both were active with Metis, which is up here. Let's go ahead and click into Metis. Forgive me, family, I'm just doing this with my recording. So we can see that Vesta and Metis are in the Silver Gate, and Metis is about to go into the hand of Auriga, and Vesta is about to go into the hand of Orion. And Leona is showing us on 12/12 that we have a very, very special alignment during the occultation, and these signs are all tied to the wedding, because on the date of the equinox that evening we have a very, very strong sign of the wedding, and we see Leona is now part of that story, and we have a very, very, very strong sign for the 12th. And then again we see that this is pointing to the 26th and the 27th, with the Silver Gate and the Golden Gate. So please go back and watch my older videos about all of the wedding signs. What we're doing here is we're just breaking down this path of Leona and showing that it is tied to the wedding. And these signs are very, very strong in the Mazzaroth. And it is more recognition of the wedding in the heavens and our soon coming redemption. Keep looking up, family. Our redemption draweth nigh.